Up with you, Carey, and you've got the Daily Telegraph, which has all the news, all on its own front pages.
All of the fun news, yes. GBNews staying with you as the country falls apart. Nurses, ambulances, ambulances aren't on strike, but ambulance drivers are, customs and immigration, postal, rail, university staff, driving instructors, everyone's on strike.
Driving instructors on strike?
The driving instructors I brought this into the conversation the other day, but yes, driving instructors as well, but they're not getting much publicity, really.
No,
everyone's much more interested in... no, they're gig economy, aren't they? No one seems to care about the gig economy. The headline of the Daily Telegraph is that unions have made conscious choice to inflict harm on patients, says Barclay, who, as you say, is the Secretary of State for Health and Social Care. And what's going on is the nurse union is everyone's accusing each other of murder now. So their union is accusing him of causing harm. He's accusing them of causing harm. So it's sort of just everyone throwing at each other.
Well, they are aware that somebody is going to die.
People will die.
Somebody will die.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think people die all the time in hospitals, whether the nurses are working or not.
So it's okay then?
Well, it is, in a way, it is okay because people die, and I think, and I've made this point on this program before, is that in Israel that the hospitals went on strike and the death rate went down. So I'm not saying people will not be harmed.
You're saying the NHS is a bit like Twitter. It's probably 80% dead wood. You can cut it out
and still go on without it. I would say 90.
So if we can't get cured, we don't get ill. Is that the point?
Probably people would be forced to take better care of themselves, yes. And you think I'm kidding?
No, I think you should be health minister. I think obviously you've got this sorted out. Just get rid of the health service completely and we'll all be great.
People are ready for an entire carnivore diet at this point.
Yeah, but I think they would. I think me being health minister would probably do a lot of good.
I'm for it. The other stories on the front page of the Telegraph is that fishermen are getting 30,000 more tonnes of fish granted as a quota from the EU. That's according to them. No one trusts what fishermen are claiming.
What are you saying, Lewis?
Yeah, is that 30,000 a year?
A year, yes.
Extra tons a year.
Well, it wouldn't be a day. Maybe it is. When
they're being asked to pick up the asylum seekers that are flowing, then it'll be a good day for British shipping.
Fishermen and RNLI both picking up record catches this year,
In the channel.
A growing threat from Iran.
Asylum seekers, we've got Iran is becoming a major...
Well, the whole world, Russia and China and Iran, and of course we're looking at whole new threats going on. Boris Becker is saying that...
Iran, no, for a moment, because...
Do you want to say that?
Just is saying, the PM is saying that they pose a threat with Russian weapons, is that right?
I've not followed through that story because it's written in very small.
It is written in very small print, but I think that is the nature of it. It's interesting, Iran is getting a lot of stick at the moment, certainly from the show business profession, the entertainment, our colleagues on the more...
Yes, Omar Jalili.
In particular, who, to be fair, has skin in that game. But he has relentlessly sort of brought attention to this thing. I can't remember Iran attracting quite so much criticism from, the wokerati commentariat, whatever you want to call them, the sort of people who make it their business to get involved in issues of this kind. Normally, they focus their attention on things that go on within the United Kingdom, which is a fairly safe target. And we always say, well, it might not be great, but it's better than it is in Iran. Well, now they're actually kind of... I feel quite positive about this. I don't know, what do you think?
Well, it's weird because it says the PM warns of growing threat posed by Iran. The fact is it's been growing for decades. For 50 years or 40 years.
I don't think that's the threat the left wing are really getting into at the moment. They're much more interested in women's rights going on there rather than the EU and what threat it's posing to the West.
I suppose there is the potential for a ruthless regime like the one Iran labours under to try and distract from their appalling human rights record within their own borders by launching a couple of missiles.
It could happen, yes.
Could happen.
Yes.
And for the one that you were going to go on to, sorry, Boris Becker.
I was just passing by that one from the front page is that Boris Becker says he had a death threat whilst he was in prison, which I thought that's what happens in prison. Isn't that what prison is? You get death threats, don't you? And that's
not a happy place.
I thought that was the least of it.
He has to find his gang in the exercise yard.
Yeah, you thought so, yeah, totally, Find your group
I don't know how many
and hang out with them.
There were in Parkhurst, but I'm sure he found a couple to hang out with.